Randy and God. And but I could just feel the presence of God in that room. And the more he talked and the more he prayed, the more regular the monitor got. Blood pressure became perfectly normal. Pulse was perfectly normal. And the nurse standing there, she looked at me and she said, "I will never doubt again." She said, after I've seen what I have this day, I will never, and she felt the presence of God as I felt it. She said, "I will never doubt again. I know there is a God." And when he got to where he was talking to us, when he stopped talking to, his talk with God was finished, and he really, really, really had a talk with God. And when he said, "Mama, would you go and call Pastor Dave, who was our pastor of our church at that time, and said, tell him it's not because I'm going to die, but it's because I'm going to live. I want him to come. I want to see him." And when he came, he wanted Pastor Dave just to pray for him, that he would be strong in the Lord, and that God would fill him with the Spirit, that he could walk with the Lord, and that he could do what God had called him to do. And it was a beautiful experience. It was a wonderful experience seeing that. And there were days after that in the hospital that nurses, doctors tried to make me believe that he couldn't live. He couldn't live in the condition he was in, because I would stand there and, he was still having so much congestion and so much blood from having had the blood clot in his lungs. And they still would tell me that he couldn't live. He couldn't live. But I knew because God said he had something for him to do. And I heard that talk with God. And I was in that, in the presence of God. And Randy, he just, he got better all the time. And he wouldn't sleep very much at the time. He was restless because of the condition he was in. And there was a lot of hard days after that. A lot of hard days for 3 months. They moved him to Orlando. And there was a lot of hard days. But God brought him through. And he brought him through for a reason. And now Randy is fulfilling that reason that God wanted him to stay here by working with children at rodeos, with adults at rodeos. He not only ministers to the children, but to adults. And he amazes me. He amazes me. I see miracles in him every day as we take care of him and as we see different things happen in him and we pray. I've anointed him. There was a nurse that was in the hospital there in Orlando. We had nothing other than bath oil when we were giving him a bath to anoint him with when he would get so sick at his stomach. He would just really be sick at his stomach, and we would just anoint him with that bath oil, and God immediately would answer prayer. And there's so many days, every day, God answers prayer. Every day, God answers prayer and gives us a miracle in Randy's life. And I just believe that one day we will see Randy made on this earth. I know we'll see it in heaven, but I believe we'll see it on this earth. I believe we will see Randy standing on those feet. He's 6'3", and I believe